It's another beautiful Monday. I hope y'all are enjoying it. Do not let that old Monday came too quick and be grumpy and all that shit. Let's just throw that up out the window. You know what I'm saying? And start this week off with another edition of the Best Way to Smoke Weekly News. Yep.
Let's do it.
Being sponsored by none other than this glue guard. You get you that glue guard, no spit, no drip lip.
Yep.
And it's being presented to you by, your favorite smoking partner, Serpo Jr.
Make sure you stay elevated with Big J.
Yep, and what's going down in the Show Me State?
Show me.
Ain't the Show Me State Missouri?
Yeah.
Andale, mama, yeah. Nah, but Missouri hemp groups seek to deregulate cannabis. This is something we be talking about a lot.
Right.
How do they plan on this, though? Hemp business owners in Missouri are organizing an initiative petition aimed at deregulating cannabis in the state so that retail sales can be conducted in shops that sell alcohol and tobacco products as well. I can kind of see that even without like looking all the way into it. You got like harmful stuff that'll come to you from both alcohol and tobacco, but you know what I'm saying? You just gonna get the munchies and all that old good shit from everything else.
Right.
Mainly the cannabis type stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So hemp business owners in Missouri, we already know that. But on a call last Monday, led by hemp company American Shaman Advocates, stated the goal of the effort is to repeal the state's constitutional amendment that legalized cannabis in the state and replaced it with language that directs state lawmakers to create regulations for cannabis that are no more burdensome than what we already have for alcohol and tobacco. So pretty much, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even though we got some stuff like passed, but they reworded it, you know what I'm saying, to where it's like, oh, I can put this regulatory aspect to it. Another hurdle. Part of the idea here is to remove the regulatory mandate in the Missouri Constitution. We dissolve regulatory authority back to the Missouri General Assembly, the elected representative of the people where it belongs. So you got the voice of the people coming together, you know what I'm saying? That's who we elected.
Right.
This is not even who, you know what I'm saying, putting out our rules and regulations and all that.
Right.
Or don't even know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the proposal comes aimed a crackdown on hemp businesses in the state. State Attorney General Andrew Bailey, you know what I'm saying, Republican, such and such, demanding the hemp retailers stop selling hemp flower products in the state. Deregulated.
Hell yeah.
I know this part of California is with the deregulation of it.
Ain't no
because
question.
it'll be fun.
Hey, look, everybody. Hey, look, we all been tired of social media platforms tripping off us celebrating our cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Doing our little things, making our little videos. You know what I'm saying? Giving the shots out to that green plant. You know what I'm saying? So people are saying something now, though. Cannabis and drug policy groups confront Meta over alleged shadow banning and censorship. A coalition of nearly 100 organizations, including prominent marijuana and drug policy reform advocates, have issued an open letter to Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, condemning what they describe as systematic shadow banning and censorship of cannabis and drug-related contents. It's not a drug, though. You feel me? These groups contend that Meta content moderation policies are overly broad, leading to the suppression of vital information related to public health, policy, reform, and educational material. The letter, spearheaded by students of sensible drug policy, highlights how this suppression not only limits users' access to information, but also acts as a form of digital, like micromanaging, hindering the effort of nonprofit licensed businesses and advocates who operate within legal guidelines. We've been saying this for years, though. We should be able to, long as you ain't promoting the sales part, because we're not there yet, though. But you could be promoting the lifestyle of what you love and putting little shit together like that, though. The open letter urges Meta to implement clearer, more transparent, and consistent content policies that differentiate between the illegal sale of substances and legitimate discourse on cannabis, psychedelics, and harm reduction. Advocacy groups report experiencing a range of issues from artificial limitations on post reach and denial of live streaming opportunities to outright account deactivations, often without clear explanation or recourse. We've been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been there before. While Meta recently made some changes that seemingly relaxed search result censorship, I've noticed, you know what I'm saying? For terms like marijuana and cannabis, the coalition emphasizes that ongoing issues persist, calling the structural changes to content moderation and a reliable process for addressing instances of inappropriate censorship. Leave us alone, man.
Like, real fast, Meta is like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking like Meta probably can sit back because it's a whole lot of dysfunction,
Right,
ass and titties
right.
on social media.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if you got that, man, have some bud, Meta.
Right.
It'll make that view a little bit better.
Man, on real.
Man, hemp companies sue Maryland over cannabis licenses. Why are they being sued? The Maryland Hemp Industry Association and Hemp Business are suing the state over cannabis licenses and seized products. You know what I'm saying? The Baltimore Sun reports. The Maryland Hemp Coalition, 10 business owners and consumers of the product at the heart of the lawsuit argue that state laws illegally regulate hemp-derived products that are federally legal, that state agents are now actively enforcing erroneous testing standards to seize items from shelves.
You think of Howard the Duck.
You know what I'm saying? But they just coming up with just outrageous, you know what I'm saying, ways to like hinder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The lawsuit also attacks state laws that cap cannabis licenses and how they are issued. This is what I always had a problem with. You know what I'm saying? Including the state's lottery for new businesses and social equity provisions. Nevin Young, the attorney representing the groups, told The Sun that the state's licensing system was an unnecessary control intended to inflate cannabis prices and increase business values. He called it communist cannabis. You know what I'm saying? So with the social equity programs and all that from the beginning, I'm like, man, if it worked for you, man, take full advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? But me, my honest opinion, I'm like, man, it's just full of bullshit. That was just my opinion.
Right.
The lawsuit asks a federal judge to rule that the social equity program and limits on the number of cannabis licenses and how they are issued are unconstitutional. You know what I'm saying? So Missouri trying to get the social equity stuff right, trying to get the business mind right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just...
And it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things wrong with them as we're seeing, and a lot more news is coming out about that though. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit right. Florida, man. Florida lawmakers pass bill revoking medical marijuana cards for those with drug convictions. That's some bullshit right there, though. Tallahassee, Florida, lawmakers have passed a conventional bill that would strip individuals with drug convictions of their medical marijuana cards. That's crazy to me. I'm gonna drop this point right here though, because you might have a motherfucker that's hyperactive and that's doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's doing shit. Nigga smoke some bud, he gonna relax. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna want to do that. But anyway, the legislation, which now heads to the governor's desk for signature, aims to prevent those with a history of drug-related offenses from participating in the state's medical cannabis program. And then on another note, that shit might help for somebody just say addicted to something that's a little harsher, that's a lot harsher, or something like an opioid or some different shit like that. Cannabis can be something that can, you know what I mean, like help with the situation and shit though.
It should make it cool for them recreationally then.
Right. Prominent proponents of this bill argue it is a necessary step to maintain the integrity of the medical marijuana system and ensure it is not exploited by individuals with a pattern of illegal drug use. And that's a problem for me too, though, because they keep keeping it in the category of drugs, even though we know what the schedule is.
But that, like,
it's not a drug. Opponents, however, decreed the bill is a punitive measure that undermines the spirit of rehabilitation and denies legitimate medical relief to those who may desperately need it. They argue that a past drug conviction, especially for nonviolent offenses, should not permanently bar individuals from accessing physician-recommended treatment. Patients' advocacy groups have voiced strong opposition, stating that the bill could disproportionately affect certain communities and create a two-tier system for medical care based on past legal history rather than current medical needs. Hey,
that's crazy. You
it
know what I'm
is.
saying? And it's like for it to be medical. And I'm finna jump on a limb and go outside of medical.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm an 80s baby. You know what I'm saying? Came up, you know what I'm saying, watching WWF before they switched to WWE.
Right.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know what I'm saying? Like, which everybody loved. You know what I'm saying? Everybody rocked with him at that point in time. He came and said he was like straight on alcohol.
WCW, yeah.
Nah, nigga, he was WWF. Stone Cold Steve Austin, nigga. That's the Attitude Era. Yeah, nigga, I know what's popping.
Oh,
but
yeah,
you
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
right,
No,
though. You are right,
I'm thinking
though.
about Sting. I'm tripping.
You are right, though. He was over there at one point in time.
Yeah,
but not to get off subject, though.
My
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He came out, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I had an alcohol problem.
Right.
Like, straight up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. He said what helped him with that issue. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say if you got an alcohol problem, you have a sickness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got rehab facilities, books, all that shit for it. He said the only thing that helped him out, you know what I'm saying, was cannabis. He started using cannabis. I'm no longer, you know what I'm saying, trying to hurry up and run to a drink.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that to say, like, a lot of people have medical issues. Who gives a shit about they criminal background or drug background?
Right.
They on a road to health.
Facts.
Like, come on, Florida.
Hey, shout out to Stone Cold, though.
Man. Oh, you squares in Delaware. Delaware lawmakers pull bill to restrict intoxicating hemp products. You got all these different states, you know what I'm saying, just trying to just strip.
Hey, what did we talk about a couple weeks ago? It's a war coming. It sounds like it, man.
A Delaware lawmaker has pulled a bill that sought to restrict the sale of intoxicating hemp products to state-licensed cannabis stores and only allow sales of cannabis-infused beverages at liquor stores. Why? News report. That's the name of the news. Why?
Right.
State Representative Deborah Heffernan indicated she pulled the proposal for the pushback from CBD store owners, customers, and cannabis advocates, but that she plans to create a new bill in the upcoming months for consideration for next season. I guess they on the road to try to fix something. Why I still believe the importance of increasing safety testing and ensuring age verification for cannabinoid intoxicating products. When I read that, I like the way they put that because normally they'll put like, you know what I'm saying, a D word right there.
Right.
When it's not that. You know what I'm saying? They called it a cannabinoid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I believe that further and wider conversations need to be had with business owners in this area and our new marijuana commissioner, Heffernan, in a statement posted, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook. So they have a marijuana commissioner. Hopefully this marijuana commissioner, you know what I'm saying, is like educated marijuana and business type to where it's like, you know what I'm saying, they can meet and get this shit done right.
Right.
Oh, here I go. Gina Murray, president of the U.S. Hemp Roundtable, who works for a CBD company and is a resident of Delaware, told Why, the news personnel or entity, that an email campaign by her organization members and media stories led to Heffernan's decision to pull the bill. She said the hemp industry in the state is looking forward to assisting and crafting a bill that is really comprehensive and robust to protect children and adults as well. Now, I can't like disagree right there. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, it's protection either way. You know what I'm saying? You got to protect the consumer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's recreational or, you know what I'm saying, medical, and also the seller. You know what I'm saying? The business owner, as well as our children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Love the kids.
fuck them kids. That's another weekly edition of The Best Way to Smoke News with Surfo, your favorite smoking partner.
Hey, make sure you stay elevated with Big J.
Baby, baby.
Love them kids.